Just gonna roll with it.
Where is Dalton at?
I don't know, man. I'm surprised. Like normally he's the first one in here, but
I know.
And it's it's time. I mean, oh my gosh,
Man, I mean seriously, his segment's fixing to come up, and I have nothing for it. So
we started
the shit creek about
2 whole minutes late and everything.
Man.
But welcome to Stasis Lock, everybody. What do I think?
I was gonna say, did he say he was gonna be here? But I mean, you've already started. Go.
Well, he already knows it. I was gonna say because you talked and then
Done. Go.
Okay. Welcome to Stasis Lock, everyone. I'm your host at the real Josh Fisher. This is episode 188. Thank you all for watching. I have so far a few wonderful people with me. Oh, hang on, we got someone in the back room. We got 2 someone's in the back room.
Oh.
Woo. Yep. There's the rest of them.
Woo.
Hey. The whole gang is here.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, you're late.
Yes.
Well, I was trying to set up my laptop to do this. I was trying to...
You're going to be reprimanded, young man. I hope you know that.
Stern spanking.
Okay.
Aren't all spankings fairly stern? I'm no expert on the matter.
Not if you're having it done to you.
Well, not as much as I'd like to be. So, Mike, where can people find you at tonight?
You can find me everywhere as the Optibotimus Slayer.
That's
I will smack you.
That's $40. That's $40, and that's a threat. So let's
look into my eye, and I will tell you.
Hey, I bet. Let's get. Hey, Brett, where can people find you at?
Make a toy fan on Facebook.
And Tyler,
you can find me everywhere sipping scissor.
Maple.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried like any other kind of syrup?
Is there any other kind?
That's right.
Any other kind of like? Have you tried anything but maple syrup?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like what?
You didn't like it?
What was wrong with it?
It's all right.
That's fair. Hey, Dalton, where can people find you at?
You can find me everywhere at Daltonians TFs and YouTube as Daltonian95.
All right. I'm loving the clarity coming from your voice tonight, son. That's a nice step up.
I'm on my laptop this time.
Well, you should have been on it all the times. Candace, where can people find you at?
You can find me giving beast hugs instead of beast wars. It's beast hugs.
No.
I have to think Joe for that one.
What about the the thing going around?
Yeah, Rona.
Air hugs. Virtual hugs.
You have an immunity? Is it you got access to a vaccine I don't know about? That nobody knows about?
I wish I had been more witty with that, but nothing's coming up.
That's all right.
Tired.
I put you on the spot. That was my bad.
Peace. Come on.
I'm not quick enough.
Beasties. Get out of here.
Peace, you bonehead.
Beasties.
Hey.
Hey, since we're going through introductions, we got Ghost Lord Peter in the chat, and we also got the fake Josh Fisher in the chat. Everyone knows I am the real Josh Fisher. So, and we also got the artist formerly known as Kabar in the chat. Wrench Squad. all the little head mechanics of Stasis Lock. All right, well that was fun. Hey, speaking of fun, Mike, did you get anything this week?
Yeah, I got in a pretty sizable collection of animals of the Warrior Kingdom. They're kind of beastie, so they're like little 3 3/4 animals. That was done by a Kickstarter. Pretty cool little figures. I'm playing catch up on it since I didn't do the Kickstarter when it first came out. But if anyone's looking or interested in what I'm talking about, you can go to Animal Warriors of the Kingdom on Facebook. You can find all the information there.
Done by Sparrow Toys. I've reviewed a few of those myself. I dig them. It's a 3 3/4 inch line. I think it's got a lot of potential, especially for something like a modern Battle Beasts sort of thing.
Yeah,
that I think would be really cool to see some more homages and things like that.
I gotta pick up the Robocon or the Night Shining ones.
I do too.
They're still available. I like them, man. I like the gold and the black, and it's not really black. It's just like a really, really dark brown, but either way.
Golden charcoal.
Yeah, thank you, charcoal. Since I'm done with colors.
We all done
Leonardo
somewhere.
11, what's up, dude? Brett, did you get anything this week?
Just a new iPhone. That's it.
Oh,
Which
look
one?
at you.
Whew, money bags.
I went with the cheap SE. I like it.
iPhone what? 3, 4, 5?
It's called the SE. That's what I just said.
Oh, yeah, that's a knockoff one. It's a KO iPhone.
Here we go.
Is that give you
Getting them right
plus
up.
one in your corner? Is that what you're trying to do?
Do what?
Trying to give yourself a plus one in your corner?
Probably so.
Yeah, I see.
Mhm.
I love you, Brett.
Starting the animosity early tonight. Hey, Tyler, did you get anything this week?
Nope.
Alternatively, are you safe with me mailing your package anytime soon? Or you just
Yeah,
still
man.
kind of want to play that one by ear?
No,
Okay,
you
I didn't
can-
know.
You can mail it. I was gonna message you earlier, but I figured you'd be busy setting up the show. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
mail it.
All right. We'll talk about insuring it and all that later.
All right.
You know, all things considered. Dalton, did you get anything this week?
I did, although the box was a little crispy.
Oh. Oh. Yeah.
Krispy
Kidding.
Kreme donuts?
I got the Universe Optimus Primal, the Robots in Disguise Scavenger, and Beast Machines Obsidian, thanks to our boy Tyler.
Aw.
What up? More sales to come. Keep an eye out.
Deals for days. Deals for days. Candace, did you get anything this week?
I got nothing. Did you get anything?
Oh, thank you for asking.
Hey.
Quick on the turnaround. That was the old pump fake. Put a blitz in there, and I bought something, but I didn't get anything. So
Oh, I know what you bought.
yeah,
Just
well,
stalker.
Oh, no, he
bought a
told
couple
me.
things. Well, Mike hit me up, and I will just in case it doesn't come in time or whatever. But Oscar from SCU was selling some stuff on the cafe, and I got me something that I wanted for the price that I wanted it at. And so shout out to him, shout out to SCU.
Man, that's
really
a good dude.
That is a good dude. That is a fantastic fella, if I do say so myself. And like I asked him, I messaged him whenever I saw the post. I saw where someone else had already asked about it, and I was like, shit. And so I just I shot my shot, and he was like, yeah, it's still available. I was like, oh, sweet. So then he just randomly said, I'm at work, and I was like, all right, thank you, but I still like I don't know what that means, but anyway, so hey, I'm looking forward to getting it. But,
What you mean by
but
that?
yeah.
But okay.
Yeah, I was all over the place with that. I didn't think any of that out at all. You know, what are you gonna do? Josh Fisher, fake Josh Fisher in the chat asks how he's fake. Well, I am at the real Josh Fisher, so.
I mean, he's got the handles, so.
Delirium. So he says that he got a Cryotech and a Desert Camo Ruination. Asked if I got my Rock Bubble Dinobot in. No. Despite paying a really good price for it, the seller decided to send it retail ground, which, given the weight of a Rock Bubble Beast Wars figure, means that he saved about 6 or 7 pennies on it. And who am I to tell anyone to, when it's wrong to save money? But I would have happily sent him like a book of stamps or something.
At least he didn't charge you $13 shipping on a $1,500 figure.
That's fair too. But I mean, what are you gonna do? So, all right, let's get into it. This is a Beast Bangin' week, and we're gonna be taking a look at the most popular Beast Wars figure ever, Armordillo. Yeah.
Oh, look at him.
So, Armordillo is another non-show character and not quite exclusive to the U.S., where some of these other Beast Bangins are going to be more or less U.S. run. Didn't see any kind of release in Japan. Armordillo, on the other hand, did see release in Japan with his boy or I guess arch nemesis, Snapper. I think it was it VS S1 or no, it was VS X1. That's it. They were released in a versus set with Volcano that I have. That also has a very. But it would have been this deco. It wouldn't have changed at all. But it did get re-released in Beast Wars Neo in a different deco, albeit very similar. But this is something I really dig about Armordillo. Is like it's got this kind of wash dry brush effect up the middle here, like on the head and his neck fat. That's what I like to call it. I like to call it neck fat. But I wish it would have covered
neck roll.
a neck roll. But,
sounds too much like neck roll.
Is that neck bacon? But I wish they would have covered like all of it. Like I think all the scales covered in that would look pretty sweet. But I wouldn't hold it against it. I mean, it's a basic class figure. But I don't know, seeing like the feet without it, kind of, I don't know, it's a little off-putting, I guess. But, what are you going to do? It is a flip former. I think I said that, but if I didn't, that's what it is. And it's pretty unique as far as flip formers go, where I think all the other flip formers kept their respective hands and feet on their bodies. His little feetums, his back feetums, I guess, become little weapons. That's pretty neat.
Huh.
Yeah. Do neither of y'all have?
I don't.
I don't know.
I might be pulling a Tyler this year, Robocon, and just going and grabbing a bunch of basics.
Just going after the basics. There's some cool figures. Something that I don't think I showed is that you can combine these two weapons. You can take either of these little plugs. There's a peg there, and alternatively there's a peg under this heel. And you could for this one, there's no hole on the gun, but you can peg the gun into that little hole right there if you wanted to combine them for a weapon. I forgot to take a picture of it, but you can do it. I explained it. Trust me.
Yeah, there you go. He's gonna get a War for Cybertron toy. Combine his weapons.
With that Ironhide face that he has.
Yeah.
Alternatively, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, he has little pegs on top of his hands that aren't really hands, and that's a gripe that I have with this toy.
I mean, they're not articulated hands, but they're still hands nonetheless.
They're not really hands. They're paws. Like that's supposed to be his fist hole. Are you kidding me?
I guess, but I mean, you could say the same thing for Dinobot.
No. You
The
can't.
only difference with the Dinobot toy and this toy is the Dinobot toy has articulated fingers. In the fiction, these are used as hands.
Right. He's got actual... The toy itself, however, has actual hands. They're grabby hands. These are just little paws. He's going to paw them to death. He's going to paw the Predacons to death. Somebody
Never
call Paw
punched someone
Patrol.
with the fingers out?
Put Armordillo on Paw Patrol. No, man, because I want to break my fingers.
It's called a chop.
Oh, are you asking if I ever Judy chopped anybody? No, that's dangerous. You don't want to Judy chop or karate chop unless you absolutely have to. That's deadly force. So, anyways, they can be plugged in. Y'all know your boy loves his weapon storage. You can plug them back in backwards, and you can tuck the feet back into the shell to where they won't interfere with his thighs. If you tuck them the way they're supposed to be, they're going to bump into these thighs, and it's going to mess with the articulation. Also, looks like he's got a little holstered pistol right here, like a little cowboy. That's why I like it.
Yeah, that's cool.
He can get you with that quick draw, pow pow. So but I mean the little mace thing here ain't really a cowboy gun, but you get what I'm going for.
It's just like Indy with his whip.
Yeah, that's a good Dalton note.
One of the rare ones.
Well, it's an acceptable Dalton note. I was just trying to make you feel good. So, alternatively, if you got it with the little volcano set, you can put them in a little maximal jail. Oh. Okay.
I'd rather put that rat trap in there. Have pterosaur in front of it.
Yeah, I keep the Niagara base with my maximals on my maximal side, and I felt like it was very uneven if the Predacons didn't have like their own little kind of base. So I keep the Volcano playset with them. So yeah, I know he's been a bad little Maximal getting locked up in Predacon jail. All right, that's it for the ever exciting Armordillo. That
I like this figure for what it's worth, man. This comes from a proud line of One Step Basics, and I think it deserves its 15 minutes of fame.
Well, it got it here. Wonder if people are like flocking to the bay, trying to find used Armordillos.
I don't imagine so, but one can hope.
We'll be getting one at Robocon, hopefully.
Possibly. I think didn't we see one of those on card that had the pips on the bubble last year?
I think so. It might have been those Smileys.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was definitely them, but I don't know if that was. I know they had a couple that were carded with the pips on the bubble, but
I only saw the deluxe ones.
actually, Armordillo was part of the like the full. He wasn't part of the initial wave, I don't think.
Smooth.
Okay, yeah, so
So he went.
yeah, yeah. All right. Well, there's that. All right, let's get into these meat and taters. So these are our social medias. You can follow us on Instagram at StasisLockPodcast, Facebook.com/BeastWars, Twitter.com/StasisLockCast. And you can always email us at StasisLockPodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to join our Facebook group, the Beast Wars Society. It's a buy, sell, trade, and discussion group. And we host a watch party thing. Is that usually on the weekends, Mike?
It's usually Friday night around, I think, 6 p.m. Central. Where a few of us get online and we watch Beast Wars from the, we're up to I think we're up to episodes 7 and 8 would be this week. But since I have my convention, we're not going to have it this week. But yeah, it's usually Friday nights.
Okay. So
Cool.
It's been pretty.
What were you gonna say,
it's
Brett?
kinda,
So that was a shameless plug for his show.
oh.
$10.
Man, Optibotimus about to show up to that bitch and swing hands.
well, I wish he would. Let him bring his hockey stick.
Beast Wars Society, everyone. Watch parties
Beast Wars.
except this weekend. And I'm sure we'll skip Robocon weekend as well, I would imagine. But consistency. Like I remember the first time, I just kind of scrolled past and saw there was a watch party. I was like, who the hell's doing a watch party? And then I started looking at the little, because it's on my phone, so the screen's already little bitty. And then I was like, oh, I see little angry Mike right there.
It was actually really Brian and Joe's idea, and then Kabar jumped on, and then they asked me about it. And at first it was going to be kind of offline, but then I was like, well, why don't we make kind of like a little thing of it and do it online, and other people can watch, and we kind of do it like a Mystery 3000, Mystery Science 3000 kind of thing,
Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Whatever. And
I'm gonna give you a list of words. I'm gonna give you a list of words that I'm curious to know whether or not you can get them all the way out.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, give me some words. Give me a word right now. What you got?
Oh, I'm not gonna do it right now. I gotta think. I gotta make a list. I gotta think, and then I'm gonna send it to you.
Don't tell me those stupid hillbilly words.
Next
Kabar,
week.
Kabar in the chat says $20. All of you, even Candace. Come on, man. You're not even feeling like yourself. Leave Candace out of this. You're not even feeling like yourself. Derelictium or whatever the fuck you're called.
That jar could send everybody on this show right now to college, to be a doctor. That's how much money's in that jar.
It's like our
Fuck that. I
slave
want a
game.
BotCon 2006 set with that jar.
Aim high, dog.
You gotta-
Aim high.
You gotta wait. Pinch out. Okay.
BotCon 94 breakdown.
You get into some public speaking
Lucky
classes,
Charms.
dog.
Jesus. Anyway, God, shots coming from Canada. Jeez.
That's right. You hear that? You hear that? They
that's a first.
said today on the news that immediate family members can cross the border. Well, guess what? Your cousins are bullets now, son. Bang bang.
Dang.
I feel like that's a reference I should get, but I don't.
It's fine. You got to be part of the culture. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Thanks
Y'all
for
worry
giving her a
about
go
your
there, bud.
protests and oppressing people. We'll worry about our references. No worries. Y'all got more pressing issues than in America.
All right.
So, news?
Damn.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. Tyler, I feel flat there, bud.
Oof.
You gave her a go. You shot your shot. And,
That's it.
Yeah.
Now I'm sitting here empty nutted.
yeah. Just disgraced. All right, as always. What? Yep. Yep. The Ultra Gear Stasis Lock Photo Op. Bring your masterpiece sheet order piece Robocon July 24th to 25th, 2020, Louisville, Kentucky for Epic Jack. Bring it to Robocon.
Oh.
Thank you.
Fell flat on your face too.
Hey,
Can we bring the black one as well? Does that count?
Shadow Panther.
it's
Yeah,
not a
Shadow Panther.
Cheetor. So,
Well, technically it's Cheetor.
do you not have Cheetor?
Actually, no, I have Cheetor. I'm just saying. But I don't have the other one, but I was just kind of curious. Maybe someone's like, well, I don't want to be left out, and all I have is Shadow Panther.
Well, bring your Cheetor.
Too fucking bad.
Well, what if they don't have a Cheetor?
Go out and buy
And they
one.
have a Shadow Panther.
Voice crack on have.
I don't know, man. I don't see a masterpiece Shadow Panther in the verbiage or in the picture.
But actually, it's the same picture.
But it's not.
It
They're way
is.
different.
Look, I wouldn't let someone come up with a Tigatron.
Well, we didn't
Photo
say
op.
dicks. We don't want dicks in our pictures, okay?
Tell them to buy one.
Yeah, no swinging your dicks around at Robocon.
Yeah, tell them to buy. I mean, Cheetor.
I know
Still
what? I'm going to get a Shadow Panther. I'm bringing a Shadow Panther. I'm going to buy one just specifically to bring to this photo op, just to piss you off.
How bad? How bad does it sound? I'm just like, well, you got to spend $70 to buy into this social event. I mean, honestly, alternatively, you can just like show up and hang out. That's the idea,
You know, there is a guy in the group that has like 3 or 4 that are broken. I'm sure you can get one for like $20, missing the arms.
Just bring a broken one, leave it in beast mode.
Yeah, just slow it up there. He Terrasol got him.
It's terrible. You didn't get him.
Man, that guy could probably get a hefty fucking price for those pieces if he tried to tell them that it was handled by Bobby Skullface.
Wow.
Oh, I'm just playing. I love Bobby's reviews, man. It's just funny when he breaks stuff.
Just as long as they get the legs on the right feet.
Isn't it because?
Hey,
it's
man,
like-
I mean, I would say you can put a Primal Sabbath's name on it, but fucking hardly anyone knows who he is nowadays. So
That's true.
He did
Bobby's
break
staying
one.
relevant.
I'm falling away into obscurity.
Didn't you break one? Or did anyone ever see that video besides me?
I
Dude,
don't-
I laughed so hard. I was crying and pissed myself. It was so funny.
I left
You
it.
like getting out of bed.
I left it.
Yes.
I left it as an unlisted video because
Oh my god, you need to share it.
I originally dude, after I broke it, I wasn't even gonna review it. Remind you, I was mad because it was something that I bought with my money for my display.
You're already.
It's not like I broke Tyler's stuff and then sent him the broken stuff, or sent him something where he was set up to break it and fail on his own, right? Which I've never done. I've never done that. But anyways, it was leading up to that event, that time, I was swearing by Beelzebub stuff. I was like, yeah, man, they make some great upgrade kits. Not that one. It was the one to make them look like the current at that time IDW Optimus Prime for the Combiner Wars mold. I went out of my way, found that shitty Combiner Wars Prime for a half decent price. I think I paid $40 for it, and so I got it in, and I got the upgrade kit in, and I'd messed with it a couple times. I was like, okay, this is neat. There's some areas that they can improve or whatever. So I was like, all right, set it in front of the the camera. Let's get to it. And then dude, I don't even think it was 3 minutes into it, but I had it in robot mode, and I started messing around with tiny little ball joints, terrible engineering. and then like this, like the actual ball broke off of the little bitty stem, and like it was already giving me so much trouble because everything had just like gotten loose after a few like transformations or whatever. Like had I just, that's why I like to mess with stuff before I review it. Had I just taken it straight to the table, I would have given that thing like high marks all around. But like since stuff was popping off and whatever, I was getting frustrated with it. Finally, that little piece broke, and I was like, "Fucking piece of shit!" And I just threw it. And I just walked away.
I laughed so hard. I watched that video 4 or 5 times. I swear to God, I needed a diaper before it was over with. He threw it. He said, "Fuck it, I'm done with it."
Just share that to the group.
Dude, just I don't know if I don't even know if I still have it uploaded, man. Like I gotta go back and dig for it.
Oh,
But,
that was funny.
Dude, yeah, I was like fucking piece of shit. Just tossed it and like hit the stop button. Like I was done. Like I just wasn't gonna do it.
And then he comes back and it's like put together. Okay, let's try this again. Like,
Yeah,
damn.
so-
It was bad. I was hilarious.
Yeah, I was so mad. Because that upgrade kit was like $45, and I opted to choose that one. A buddy of mine had recommended it because he was like, "Well, this is his current look. If you get this other one, that's his, older look." And he knew that I like to stay on the whatever the most current look was. And that other kit was $45, and like I think the worst thing that happened to it was just a little bit of like paint flaking.
Yep.
And
That's the only issue I had with it.
I think it wasn't like it looked more fun to put on the figure as well.
It was.
But yeah, thanks.
But was it really, though?
Dalton's over here like, you didn't just get a lemon, you got a shitty lemon. Like, appreciate that.
That's pretty sad, Dalton
I
giving you
won
shit.
it. I didn't. Nah.
Seriously. Dalton was like, yeah, it was way more fun to put together.
Dalton saved $40.
Yeah, he did. So, but I mean, like, honestly, that Prime with that upgrade kit is still on my shelf.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I mean, I could probably take all the pieces off and, like, just throw $40 away, but, I'm committed. It's there. That's just how it's going to be. Anyways, bring Cheetos, please. I mean, if you bring a Shadow Panther, I'm not going to turn you down necessarily.
He might be to the right of everybody else.
I might make fun of you a little bit. But
I don't know how well that would look in today's current climate.
Oh, hell, I didn't
I
think
was just
so.
gonna say.
Yeah,
I didn't think about that.
We'll put the
Matter of
green one
fact-
with him.
Fucking Mike over here. Everyone to the back. Shut up.
God almighty. Transart Skateboard Gorilla. This, I'm guessing, is the final product. I don't think this is a Digibash. I think we're looking at physical mock-up here. And nice.
I'm really
Chrome
liking
and all. Yeah.
it. People still think it's a KO, but
Well,
I've heard the
it's not.
price on this is $100.
I thought it was cheaper than that.
it's still not
On
bad.
show,
If it's
on
especially
show
if it's-
Z, it was quoted for $100.
What was it?
I would
Yeah.
I would at least, I mean, even if it was 120, 130, I'm cool with that. Because it's
His hands with the hardwood.
Here's what I was kind of curious. If you look at his feet, you see how the part of the skateboard or rocket board, whatever, is pointed the other direction. You
Yeah.
know that you have to, on the old one, you'd have to turn him around to where he wouldn't like fall over all the time.
yeah.
I wonder if this one here, I'm sure it doesn't, for a heftier price tag, but you would think hopefully that it doesn't like tip over, you know what I'm saying? But I'm sure you can just flip that over to the front.
Well, I mean, these little pieces right here, like in the show, they were pointed backwards. Like that's how, like on the original toy, and I guess in the show, like they essentially acted as little heels.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think didn't we see some like quite a way back that the original design was supposed to have them in the front.
I think that was
Really?
just a mistransformation.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, after after we
I've
reviewed it that one time, I turned all mine around. So all mine
I've
was
seen-
facing the front.
Oh, I've always kept mine facing backwards, but I was gonna say, like, I've seen people that face them forwards just because, like, I think they're able to get the stability they want, that front stability out of it. But
Right. That's probably
doesn't look like
Well, I do.
there's any kind of a rocker or anything. But it looks like they're stable enough, like at least on this. So
I'm excited for it.
So, how about one negative thought?
Sure,
Okay.
why not?
So it really, really does look like the original in a lot of aspects, even with the kibble on the back. And I just think I just wish they would have taken a little bit more time to get rid of the kibble on the back. I mean,
It was there in the
It's a
show.
cartoon.
So-
Yeah.
Where were you expecting it to go?
well, that's it. I don't know, but I mean, you're talking about $100 versus what were they? 1995.
Well, it's
Or not
scaled
no
up.
more.
What,
It's
in
masterpiece scale.
'96? What are you talking about, man?
Yeah,
They were 1995.
90. They were 97.
No. The
Oh,
price.
the price.
Heads.
Oh. Well, like that's another thing too, man. Like this is scaled up. This is masterpiece scale. This isn't going to be the same size as the original.
Right. Like I said a negative opinion. That's all. I still want to get it.
Okay.
I like it.
Has there been any
We got
side
thigh cut.
comparison?
We got little fingers here. No, none that I've seen at least.
I was curious.
Unfortunately, I would love for them to like take a few pictures next to MP32 with it. I'm surprised they
Yes.
haven't.
That's what I was hoping
Yeah.
to say.
Well, I mean, because it's third party, you can't take pictures with official and.
They
like,
do it all the
use
time.
Yeah.
They do it all the time. They don't
Just
care.
like they don't put Autobot logos on Hot Rod.
Give it another week or so when the hype's up. I mean, when's this supposed to be out?
September.
All right, give them about a month, then they'll do it.
It'll probably be around the time that pre-orders go up within the next couple of weeks.
I mean, that's just it. I mean, they got to keep especially if the pre-orders don't match what they want. They need something to hype.
So, Dakota, are you going to review this, or are you out on the review game?
No, I'm gonna review this. I still have Burning Convoy in the hopper. There's a couple things I reshot.
Good,
just
because
I wasn't
I'm waiting
happy.
to transform mine until I see your review.
I don't transform mine in the review, right?
Oh my god, I'm so screwed now.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
are.
you could look up Optibotimus'
You have to
review.
look up Gary. God dang it, you beat me.
I mean, there's my review.
I
Shut
want
up,
something
Dalton.
interesting, Dalton.
Oh
Fuck
my
you.
god, Dalton! You know what? Everyone who has problems transform Masterpiece Prime, y'all go check out Dalton's review. He does a transformation. It was very good, Dalton. It was a very good
Everyone else
transformation.
loves you, Dalton.
I synced it.
Do you get the Dalton notes of transformation?
Man, I went to
I don't think I
Dalton's
did them back
fucking.
then.
I went to Dalton's channel expecting it to be like 3, 5, 12 views. This motherfucker's boasting like 13,000 views on some of his videos. Well
Mhm.
done, good sir.
My
Well
man's a
done.
popular
Mostly
man.
exclusives.
You just
Is there a
proved that
different
it
Dalton
doesn't
I'm
take
not
quality
aware
to be a Transformers reviewer.
There you go.
So
I'm
if you just
fucking-
get shit first, like you're gonna get the views. It doesn't matter.
I was just surprised to get so many views on Huffer, of all figures.
Nobody knows who Huffer is, but we can see here's one of the good faces. Little frowny face, little mer.
Sing.
There's that smirky face. There's that
Going face.
God Dalton.
Steps today.
Optibotimus who?
Oh my goodness. Okay, moving along.
No, they never.
Surfboard mode.
Yeah, see, Mike, you don't have to worry about him falling over. He's got a stand.
All right, so here's where I don't know if I'd call it a critique. The paint deco on the chest, is that show accurate? It's been a minute since I've seen season 2. Okay, because I'm just familiar with the toy where it ends before his cut abs. My goodness. But
Yeah,
I didn't know if it went all the way down. Like that's what I want to know. I want to make
concern is
sure.
like, is this going to be a one and done? Do they got anything else down the pipeline? I wish these companies, if they were going to make more than just one figure, or they were going to make a whole line of stuff, they would start teasing their stuff before releases. Give me some of that fans toys energy. Tease me 15 figures so I know you're invested, so that I
Absolutely
can invest
not.
in you.
That's too much.
I'm not saying I want to pre-order everything. I want to say I'm saying I want to know where this is going, because if I get this and you don't make a Cheetor, you don't make a Megatron, you don't make, you know what I mean? You don't follow through on some of the stuff you said you're going to do, and you don't have anything planned for the future outside of that. Why should I invest in this? What's this going to go? This is a piece that is only complemented by what is surrounded by it. So
right. So they've already teased Cheetor, Tyler.
I know they have.
So I would feel
the head sculpt.
Yep. I'd feel pretty good about that. But like this came out of nowhere. They did transmutate, and we were like, "Oh, okay, transmutate," and then like this dropped right after transmutate.
I guess that's true.
So,
I think I'm just antsy. I'm just antsy because I want to know, like, am I gonna have a Megatron for this? That's what it really comes down to. I'm fine if we don't get a Tarantulas or whatever. Like, I need a Megatron to go with my Optimus. And then
have a Tarantulas.
So, Tyler, would you be okay with a product catalog? No, I'm serious.
What?
Product catalog in with the toy.
Like,
oh,
going to be coming. I think that would be better than like some stupid ass fucking bio cards.
No,
disagree.
There was a couple
disagree.
companies did that. I mean, they're kind of on the wayside, but I mean,
Look,
back in the day,
bio cards only matter when it's official. I don't give a fuck what you say. Robocon bio cards, any of the third party bio cards are all trash. Unless it's official, it doesn't matter as far as bio cards go.
Watch this.
He's hovering over the eject button.
Tyler, fuck you. Continue.
No, I didn't hear him. Tyler, you'd be all right with the product catalog?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah, and do it in place of the stupid bio cards that third party companies have no business.
So Tyler, again, gonna say, fuck you, buddy. Feels like that was directed towards me. And,
No. I said the bio cards are only useful when they're official. You have all the official bio cards. Third party bio cards.
I still hang on to third party bio cards.
Okay. I'm just saying my opinion. I'm not saying it's fact. Get out of your feelies and start doing wheelies, bud.
Well, hey, just trying to give her a go. But okay, so the chest here, like this is screen accurate. That's what I'm trying to. Yes, Candace, it is.
Sorry. I'm trying to get back on track here.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Peter. I didn't mean you. I just saw the chat now. Peter, you're exempt from that. You're official in my eyes, buddy.
Nice, Tyler.
You're official to Stasis Lodge.
Tyler, you feel like a big piece of shit right now, don't you?
Oh!
Yeah, from what I can tell, Dakota, it's pretty much show accurate.
Okay. I like that the little maces can just like stick into the stand right here. Just little nonsensical stuff. I enjoy.
All right.
I still feel like this is photoshopped. I don't know why.
Maybe the paint on the chest is.
Yeah.
No,
what? Now I looked at mine just a second ago. The toy one, that light brown actually did not go all the way to his waist on the toy.
It's orange. I knew it didn't on the toy, but like I'm in it for show accuracy. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it does on the show.
I don't think this is Photoshopped. I think it's real deal.
Yeah.
I agree.
Even with the plunger gun.
That looks.
Man, it could be the lighting, the overexposure and all that.
Yeah.
Or kind of throwing me off. The only thing that I think would have been cooler, but it would have been no way for them to do, is like have little handles under here for him to actually grab onto. And maybe he does, and we just can't see him. But I mean, like honestly, like even this, like I always thought this was so cool from the show and stuff.
Yeah, especially now that you got those interchangeable blast effects where you can make them smaller. Like here.
One's shooting bigger, one's shooting like the kind of off fire.
Yeah.
What was that?
You would run that again?
Pew pew.
There you go. Good.
Our sound effects budget is second to none.
I'm telling you.
We're like ILM to the sound effects world. Thank you for getting that, Dalton. I knew you would. You're my boy, Blue. So, also we can see how the faces, these little robot faces, come out. I think last week we kind of talked about it, where we thought it was just the whole front right here, but it looks like maybe this front piece still kind of peels off, and then you put the face in there, and then you put the front helmet piece back on, which I like that method. I think that's fine.
You're saying the top of the helmet pops off and it slides up?
Yeah, Yeah, kind of like which MP43 is a bad example to use because like all of the faces came with a helmet piece, but like you could take the faces out of each helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
So, but I'm looking forward to this, man. I hope that like we definitely see some more movement on the Cheetor. I'm cool with Transart just doing all the season 2 stuff. Like if they want to do that. Yeah, like I think JX still has the Transmetal 2 thing kind of nailed, and we'll hopefully be seeing some Tigerhawk stuff pretty soon from them. But
Will we?
I think
Are they
so.
still in business?
Oh yeah,
I
they're
would
just selling out of the Megatron like every time they produce it.
Oh, good. Okay.
So Transart, I would
Sweet.
I'll still take a free one if you need to send out a review sample. Just gonna throw that out there. Just gonna make it known. Just
You
gonna
still are
put it-
doing it, yeah. Well, I think they got it now.
Transart. It's me, your boy, Primal Sad. Message me. All
Send
right.
them a copy.
So let's see. We got TM2DB in the chat. What's up, dude? He says the hands look like crap. I agree. Like
Your
they
hands
may,
look like crap. Shut up.
they may be. That's true. My hands are also a little too small. But
Not you,
Uh,
him. Shut up, Dinobot.
I
You
was
ain't got
agreeing.
hands. You got scissors.
I was. My God, he's right. Just, the hands on the Transart seem a little too small. But it may be something like I get in hand and I don't have a problem with it because
I think it's because the original toy had such meaty fucking mitts. That,
yeah.
Yeah.
Because in the show, it wasn't nearly as big as what the toy had.
Oh.
I think
Yeah.
the original. Honestly, I think the original toy is clouding a lot of people's judgment on this figure, man.
Yeah, I think I may have to like go back and like grab some screen caps and like see what's what because I remember like a lot of people were saying like, Transmutate's too big. It's too big for masterpiece scale. When it turned out
Actually, it was.
I feel
was
personally attacked.
Actually,
I feel personally attacked.
when she was because I did when she was perfectly masterpiece scaled.
There was some people on the boards too that were saying that they'll just stick with their regular old Transmetal Optimus Primal because it doesn't look any. This doesn't look any better than the original toy.
I feel like
And-
they're missing the point entirely.
I say to that,
Mm,
fucking sell off your whole collection. You're fucking retarded. Like literally, just sell it all off, donate it to a charity because you can't put that money to any better use. Obviously, you fucking Jim Bob.
you know, they're probably the same guys that invest money in KOs.
So before we get into that, Delirium asks, here's I genuinely didn't try to do that on purpose.
Oh my God, Gretchen!
I
Stop
just-
trying to make fetch a thing.
I saw the 432 and it just that's where my mind went. But he asks, here's my question. Could JX do a better job? We can go down the line. I'll say my piece. Personally, I think they could still do a good job, but there's only so many ways to skin that cat. And I don't see where they could do anything that would improve upon or be better because it's show accurate. But Michael, what about you? You think, you hate third parties.
Well, I
Probably
mean,
worst
the
person.
fingers on it. Well, I mean, are we talking about the fingers, or are we just talking about the whole figure as a
Talking
whole?
about the whole figure. Do you think JX figures could do a better job on it than what Transart's given us?
Now, if I remember correctly, there's only 2 figures they've done so far, which is Megatron and the Primal.
No.
Did,
JX has only done the Megatron.
Now, I handled that one, and it was, it was a nice figure. I mean, it wasn't my cup of tea, but I mean, I'm kind of going back and forth on this this Optimus Primal one. I mean, I'm probably going to wait till you get yours and play with yours, and then I'll decide. That's usually what I do.
The meetup at
I mean,
Texarkana.
But I mean, I really like Optimus Primal, so I mean, it's kind of, will we ever see an official one? I don't know, but I've considered it, which don't hold me to it, but I mean, I've actually considered getting it. I mean, it looks good. I mean, it goes with your masterpiece. I really want to see a a scale, next to
Yeah.
MP32. That's what I want to see. Where does it scale out against that? Is it bigger? Is it taller? I mean, where is it at on there?
Well, I think Transart said that theirs is 8.5 inches. So anybody that's got a ruler and an MP32 handy, you should be able to eyeball it from there.
So it's going to be 2 inches taller than MP32 because MP32 is 6.5 inches, if I'm correct. I just looked it up the other day.
Oh, okay. I love how we do this. We do this all the way up to the release. It's like we're just like, well, if we just measure things and we measure things like 600 times, and then we're still like not really sure. And then it comes out.
We love it.
Oh, it's fine.
When it comes out, we're not even close.
Chris Vernon in the chat says, "I'll wait for the retool reissue from Hasbro." And I mean, do you, man? That's fine. I mean, that's only a single step up from KO, in my opinion. Like, if you're gonna go Masterpiece, go big or go home.
Hey, so real quick, you said the Transmetal 2, that's 8 inches tall?
The Transmetal is 8.5. 8.4, 8.5.
Okay, I measured my 32, and he's 7 inches tall in robot mode.
Okay, yeah.
So about an inch and a half taller, which is cool.
Real quick, what's up, Chris Vernon? That's a good dude. I know that dude from my old board posting days.
I don't know him.
Yeah, Verno, he's awesome. But he is from way on the other side of the pond in Australia, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So
who's that dude with that kick-ass fan fiction, right?
Yes, that's the dude.
Did he ever do work for BotCon?
No, he did not.
Oh.
Yeah. Would have much preferred one of his stories than the IDW one from the final year, but, what can you do?
Nothing.
Thanks. So... Brett, do you think JX could do a better... Well, Mike never really answered, but that's all right. Brett, do you think
I thought
JX
I did.
Well, you never really gave I think they can do better. No, I don't.
No, I like what they've put out so far. I mean, as far as the Primal, I think it looks great. Yeah, so I said it.
But they haven't put that out. That's all right. Brett, do you think JX, the company that did that gorgeous Transmetal 2 Megatron, could do this better than what Transart is doing? Like, arguably better.
Well, first, I never had anything JX, nor have I. I mean, I saw it in the display case. That was about it. But I'm all for different options, and if they see this and make something better, then of course. Do I think they have the capability? Yes. So as far as them doing it, I would say, yeah, I'd like to see it.
Oh, that's interesting. I guess to kind of agree with you, even though I disagreed with you at first, I think that they could do the metallic paint instead of the chrome better. I think that's something that they could shine on.
Yeah, but you got to give them the opportunity. You don't know.
Right.
Might improve on something else.
Maybe. Candace, what about you? Think JX could do that better?
I guess they were very detailed with the Megatron. Was incredible. And Kabar, sorry, Delirium, made a note about the weight for the Transmutate. She is pretty light, and I would prefer them to be a little heavier. Maybe not as heavy as the Megatron, but that's probably something else that JX could do, is put a little more weight to it. I don't want them blowing over in the breeze. I'm trying to take pictures of them outside like Black Arachnia does. Damn it!
Yeah,
I gotta fix the legs again.
Blow away like
she does. She calls all the time.
Man,
and as I said about
Delirium,
the pain,
about to change his fucking name back real quick.
And possibly, I guess, the hands, they might... I mean, I don't really care about the hands. They look fine to me. Maybe
really?
I'd have a different opinion in person. I don't know. These pictures are a little small to see the details, so... Yeah. I just remember him having, like, pudgy fingers in the show. And they were, like, magenta or something.
Little sausage fingers.
So, yeah, little sausage fingers. Magenta.
Magenta?
Magenta.
Oh, magenta.
Magenta. It's a color on the color wheel, Mike.
Placenta.
10%.
Hey, thanks for joining us, Kyle.
Oh, brother Kyle, what's up, man?
Oh.
Oh,
Why are
yeah.
you? He's only 50 minutes late.
Berto, I know you at a time you had a lot of your stuff kind of centralized, dude. If you want to, just drop the link in the chat, man. Let people check it out. There was one that he did just like while we're kind of talking about it. That was like essentially like kind of like an alternate. I don't want to call it an alternate story, but it was like a workaround with Razor Claw and that kind of like I guess post G1 world. And he kind of like drew a lot of inspiration from the bio card that came with the 2009 Razor Claw, and I think how like just how things happen there with him. It was
Man, this Verno Cat says I tried pitching to IDW last year, but John Barber already had something cooking, which we'll hear about more soon. He said, I've tried to get in touch with BotCon people. Now the BotCon is back, but haven't had any luck at this stage. Brett, he's calling you out.
Woo!
Saw that.
where do you?
You just send that information to primal secretary at gmail.com.
I'm a Mega Secretariamus is going to be my new online handle. Mega Secretariamus. Try
Shit, that'll
spelling that.
still stick better than delirium. No offense.
Oh, golly. That's,
Look, what did I tell you? Okay, my family members are bullets. I'm sending shots across the border. Let's go.
and all the shots say thank you after they open the door. So
Thanks, eh?
Yeah,
sorry.
sorry. Transwarp, that was the one. Yeah. So anyone that's in the chat, follow that link, bookmark it, check that dude's stuff out. It's pretty neat. Tyler, what about you, man? You think JX could do it better?
I mean, yeah, but I don't think there's a reason to. They have their own factory, their own machines. They make a top quality product. I'm sure they could do this better, but I mean, that's not even in their sights right now. They're doing that Tiger Hawk. They're staying under the radar. They're making sure they concoct a real quality product before they come out and disappoint everyone, like some third-party companies do. And they're going to knock it out of the park again. Why would this even be in the radar? And you know what? They may do this sometime down the line, but I think at that point it would be redundant because the original toy was accurate to the show. This is going to be an upscaled, more articulated, accurate to the show figure. What possibly could they do differently that Transart's already doing, other than swapping out Transart materials for JX materials?
I think that JX could nail a couple more head sculpts a little bit better.
Maybe.
I mean, the head sculpts on the Transart aren't terrible. One of them is one of the three, and like to me, that's within the acceptable losses parameter. But you know, and JX would, not, you know, and I don't want to say it to mean a way that where like I think that Transart uses poor paints, because like that transmutates fine. But like JX would do that chrome and a metallic paint like some justice. That said, like Transart's the first one to bat here. The only way I'd pick up another masterpiece Transmetal Primal is if an official outlet made it. So, anyways, Dalton, what about you, man?
Well, you kind of said one of mine earlier, so now it's going to sound like I'm stealing from you. But metallic paint instead of chrome is definitely going to be an improvement, and adding maybe a couple of die-cast parts to weigh it down. So, like maybe for the hoverboard or something.
I mean, I'm almost done, so.
I don't know that diecast is or like even heft would be an issue with this thing. Like maybe, I don't know.
It might be seen as an improvement to some other people, so.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yes,
It's not third party unless it has diecast.
No one has ever said that in the history of the world. Where the fuck did you pull that from?
There's some people who said it.
Prove it. Give me a screenshot.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
Shenanigans.
Also, that's another thing. Thank you for bringing that up, TM2DB. TM2DB has put some some polling options up, and we've shared it to the Stasis Lock Facebook page. If y'all want to go check that out, it's only a post or two down, I think, of like polling options for like best Beast Wars basic. Right now, it is a tight race between Rat Trap and Razor Claw. How? They're both great toys. I just wouldn't consider them, the best basics. But that just shows how out of touch I am with the Beast Wars community, and I should just stop and give all my toys away. All right, no one took it? All right, that's fine. Guess I'll keep it all.
Damn it!
Dang.
Ah,
Bummer.
if I froze my hand, you couldn't see it.
Josh Fisher said Dalton is literally the only person that said that. Brother Kyle says, man, I'm still on the fence about him. I kind of want to hold out for a high-quality third-party version. He looks cool, and I know it's improved and all, but at its heart, I still feel like it's an upscaled original. You're wrong, Brother Kyle, but I respect you. Hopefully, I can sway you in another way whenever I get mine. But, we'll see. I think that, the Transmutate had the issues being loose. It was an easy fix for me personally. Also, they released a fix like on their own. They released another set of joints to keep it toy. So Delirium. I called dibs on Antagonist. Goodness. I had a friend call me and ask me, why did Antagonist and Vice Grip go up so much? I was like, dude, I don't know. Like I had a couple of theories, but that was all I had. All right, on to our actual topic tonight. It's going to be a spicy one. I hope everyone's ready. Is buying KOs okay for use with custom figures or even just fodder? Candace.
I wouldn't.
Let me paint a picture for you.
I still think it's kind of theft.
All right, so
no.
Let me paint a
Candace. I had to step away. What did you say?
I want to. She totally said no, it's theft. But I want to paint a picture. So, say you want a very talented customizer like our boy Cryotex Customs, or even like Sean Tessman, or Cheetamus, or Unicron 9, all great customizers. You want a Shattered Glass Beast Wars Megatron, which is, he's done up in the Optimus Primal colors, right? Like, it's really awesome. Are you saying you would not want to use the KO as a base? Because, and let me finish real quick. The retail figure is $400, 350, 400, whatever. And B, you're already going to devalue the retail figure by having somebody paint over it. So
if I already have the retail,
right, you've already got the retail, but you want someone to customize a Shattered Glass one for you.
Man, that's
Got to questioning her morals.
like I want to go. I know.
or even like a Beast Machines T-Rex. Like in any of the potential Beast Wars Megatron repaints out there.
You have to start with me. I'm just gonna stick with my guns and say no.
Oh wow! So like, not even if say they made a KO MP32, which is now a very expensive figure compared to what it was. You wanted a Universe Primal, right? Masterpiece Universe Primal, and they made a KO of it. Would you grab that KO and have someone paint it up?
No.
I'm with Candace.
Okay.
I'm with Candace. If it's not made by an official, I don't want it.
All right.
If I was going to get it customized, I would do it with an official product. But otherwise, like, if it's not made by official, I probably don't care enough to get something customized in that. The only custom, actually, that I own in my entire collection is that Panda Claw, made by an official figure.
Actually, I used the KO.
You did not.
I kept the official one. I kept the official one that Rob Brown sent for myself. I used a KO that I had.
You did not, and Joe sent it to me. Actually, I think I have to
It's
look
going
back.
in the trash tonight.
Light that shit on fire.
Yeah, I used the KO. I used the KO.
Give me the primal sadness right now.
Well, now you'll never know if I used a KO for it or not.
Wait, the only other custom. Oh no, I didn't buy the painted cap wrap, did I?
Yeah, no, I'm still hanging on to that.
Was that KO? Trash.
No, they used a. I don't think they ever KO'd the rat trap, but no, he used a real rat trap.
You know how Rule 34 is if it exists, there's porn of it? What's the rule that if it exists, there's a KO of it?
Rule 43. I don't know. Just backwards 34. Mike, what about you, man?
You know where I stand on this. KO, no. Officially, yes.
No.
I personally probably would not have a masterpiece size figure customized for. I mean, even though the shattered glass would be nice, I would do kind of what you said. You know, I would get maybe a kind of like a junker bot and have it customized. I'd be happy with. I mean, it's got to be. I mean, I don't like KO, and I don't like third party either. But
how many junker MPs are out there, though? I mean, there's a
no.
Except for Cheetor.
I know of a specific. Yeah, I know of 3 of them.
Yeah, but I mean, you could have to go like, like if you wanted a Shatterglass Primal or Megatron, you can go like you said, the T-Rex or, a Ultra Class one that that you get on the cheap. I mean, I'm not going. I just don't feel like paying that kind of money and having someone paint all over it, either official or KO.
Oh, okay.
Neither one are really cheap.
Fair enough. I'm gonna let Brett weigh in on this. We talked about it a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I know where Brett weighs in on this.
So the first thing I'm going to say is, Mike, you talked about the cost. Well, there you go. That's why you would go with the knockoff. Second is you talked about if I was going to get something custom made, I'd want it to be official. Well, the paint wouldn't be official, now would it?
Tearing you down, son. Get him.
So
if you buy KO, you might as well just burn your toy collection because it did my fucking trash.
If you guys are so holy towards the official, why would you want to desecrate it by putting paint on it and tearing it up? Just use one of those lowly knockoffs.
So are you saying that the most beautiful custom figure we got last year at Robocon is a disgrace?
I'm saying I would have enjoyed it just as much as if it was a knockoff.
Oh my God! Something just clicked in my mind. All of the BotCon figures are knockoffs.
All right, you gotta hang back on that.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Going by what I just said with the paint and everything, you're right.
It's fan fiction and knockoffs.
There
my God!
I hate you, Tyler.
Man, we're all trash.
I hate you with every fiber of my being.
Is it knockoff if it's officially produced by Hasbro?
This is coming from the hand that feeds you, Dakota. This is coming from the BotCon source himself. All of your BotCon stuff is a lie.
But it's not. So,
what a way to go out.
They were all
What a way to go out.
So,
Damn.
Brett, now I mean, we've kind of been focused on the customs.
Do you hear that in the background of Dakota there? The click, click.
Yeah, it's.
Did you run the BotCon? Click, click.
We've talked about a lot about the customs aspect, but a lot of folks are ignoring the fodder aspect, meaning for like spare parts, something breaks, heaven forbid. It can happen. It can happen from user error. Mostly does happen from user error. What do you do when the officials are sold out?
Okay, let me see if I got this right. Official versus knockoff. You're saying, first of all, to do customs, and I agree. I think that KOs are okay. They're fine because it's, to me, as long as you explain what they are and you see what they are, that's fine. When you start talking about fixing official fodder with knockoffs, I am 150% against that. No.
Really?
Absolutely not. No.
Why is that?
because then you are presenting something that is not true.
But is it?
If I do a custom of a masterpiece, whatever, and make it shattered glass, you know right away, hey, Hasbro didn't make that. There's something up with that. So you know it's not 100%. Whether or not it's an official toy underneath or not, doesn't matter. It's not official. If you take an official toy and repair it with a substandard or whatever, something that wasn't made officially, that's wrong.
Even if it's the smallest, most minuscule parts. Example, one of my masterpiece Dinobots had a jacked up shoulder ratchet. So if I bought that KO just to pop that shoulder ratchet out, well, I didn't. I did a fix on it. You can see the fix I did on it, and I still use the official parts. But say I didn't want to do that. Say I wanted to completely replace the ratchet. I didn't want to, add in a small piece of plastic, pop the pin out, do all that other stuff. Well, I would have had to pop the pin out regardless. But say I wanted to get a brand new piece, something that I could not have gotten through Takara Tomy, but I could have just bought that KO, yoinked the gear piece out of it, and used it. Literally the small piece on the.
How about this? And Tyler, let me finish for the beginning. Towards the end, you'll agree with me. For someone that does G1, it's to me it's blasphemy to take something that's not original and fix it. And the way I look at that is when you get to Beast Wars, when it gets older, you're going to see that same mentality. So no, official stays with official. And I'm talking about especially with accessories, because finding knockoff or third party accessories mixed in with G1 or as soon to be G1 Beast Wars, what you want to call it, it's wrong. If I want to buy a 20 years from now, if I want to buy a Beast Wars, first generation, Primal Ape, I want to make sure the swords are original, that the missiles are original, that the mace is original. And if any of that stuff is knockoff or whatever,
even if it's an internal piece,
it's misrepresenting.
Yeah,
even if it's an internal moving piece.
Absolutely.
Like let's see like the gear pieces on the original Primal. Let's use for an example. Some people will shear those or do whatever to them, but you wanted to replace those gears working again, and you've got some, you just bought a KO just to yoink the gears out of it, stick it in the back, screw it all together, and that's that.
I got a good one for you, and I'm sorry once again. This is G1. Masterpiece Rodimus. Rodimus had bad knees. Okay, what did people do? They went out and they made metal knees. Metal replacements. You couldn't really see them. They're metal. They're better. Still
right.
Wrong. It's not original.
Let me ask you this, Dakota.
Okay.
Why is it that you deter people from buying third-party products? Period.
I don't deter people from buying third-party products.
I disagree.
Really?
I have been in discussions with you when you and I have together joined forces like Voltron to dismantle the not third party, sorry, knockoffs. That's my bad.
Okay.
I went on a whole Voltron rant with my bad. Knockoffs. Why do you deter people from buying knockoffs?
I deter people from buying knockoffs in place of the originals that are meant to be the originals. So
if you buy an official, then you're given a pass to buy a KO. Is that what you're saying?
I
we've
think
had arguments.
Example, if you bought one official and you wanted an army build and you did knockoffs, is that okay?
At that point, no, I wouldn't think it was okay. I'm a little, truth be told, a little bit lenient if it's like, well, I wanted to make a custom, or if I just wanted to have some spare parts lying around. There's some stuff that's just not going to fly. Let's go back to Masterpiece as like an example here. If you buy the knockoff Masterpiece Dinobot, you're not going to be able to use the big full limbs on that thing because of the way it's painted instead of digitally printed. Same goes with that KO Megatron. There's only so many parts that you can really get out of that KO if you needed to repair yours.
But
one of the main panel pieces wouldn't be it.
Any of them is wrong. Any of them.
But like even down to that tiny, tiny, minuscule gear, like that to me, like at that point, like okay, I'm buying it to repair. Now, everyone should know here, there are zero intentions for me to sell my Dinobots. I can get out tomorrow and I'm keeping all the Dinobots.
Yeah.
But just because I wanted it to, I wanted to have one that functioned and was unbroken, I had to yoink a couple of essentially internal working pieces out of a knockoff instead of buying one on the aftermarket for $400.
So wait a minute, you bought a knockoff Dinobot?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But I'm saying that if push ever came to shove, it would have been an option for me.
So I remember us having conversations about people buying multiples of the KO, and you and I agreeing that that's also wrong if you're going to buy them because you have multiples. If you're going to buy them, you buy official because you buy.
If you intend to display them, yes, like buy the official. If you intend to buy those multiples for display or whatever,
Right.
troop build, get the official. Like if you're just doing it because like, oh, I want a troop build, but I don't want to sink a whole lot of money into it. No.
Right.
Don't do it. But if
So
you're doing it, like if you wanted to do a custom, or if you just needed parts to repair, at that point, my stance on it becomes a lot more lenient. You've already supported the official. You know what I mean? Like at this point, you're fighting the secondary market.
Okay. So you're not against buying KO. You're against buying KO first. You're against buying KO in place of.
Yes.
Okay. I'm against buying KO, period. I will never buy another KO because I firmly believe that every KO that you buy hurts the franchise, I guess. What is it we say? It not hurts the market. It hurts the people that put their blood, sweat, and tears.
It hurts the hobby. It hurts the hobby.
Exactly. It hurts the hobby. So if that is the case, then buying it by any means still hurts the hobby when there's still official that you could buy. So having a caveat to buy KOs is still justifying buying KOs. Your intentions don't matter because you're still hurting the hobby. Is that not correct?
I think I'm hurting the secondary market, but I'm not hurting the hobby.
Correct.
It depends on how high in regards you hold the secondary market to the hobby as to whether or not you think that's harming the hobby. This is totally subjective. Whereas I think buying the KO instead of or first or whatever, I think that is hurting the hobby, period, full stop. But if you're doing it because, I want to create something with it, or, I want to use this for spare parts, I don't think you're hurting the hobby.
Well, two things. One, I disagree with the spare parts, but the other thing to look at is that if someone was going to take a base figure to make whatever creation they want, the price might have something to do with it, which means if the knockoff was not available and only the official and it was too expensive, they wouldn't do it to begin with. So that would not hurt the hobby. But I think by putting spare parts and mixing, I think that hurts all of it.
But that's the thing. Like it's something that I'm not going to get rid of.
It doesn't matter. It's misrepresentation of that item.
I see where you're coming from on it. I really do. I'm disagreeing with you for sure, based on my subjectivity, and that's what this aspect of it is. I feel at the end of the day, but yeah. So let's hear from Dalton. Dalton, what you got on it?
What did Daddy Dakota say?
Fodders. I've pretty much said my piece on it.
I'm fine with the, getting KO for customizing. Again, it just, it's basically the same thing people have been saying. KO in place of your initial purchase of that masterpiece or whatever. Don't do it. That is hurting the brand. It's theft. But if you've already got it, it's somewhat justified to get another one for customs or spare
makes
parts.
no sense.
Well, it's theft either way. Like, I'll be 100% honest. It's theft either way.
I got to go with him on that. What you just said. You flipped me on that one. So
that's like what? That's like saying if you go to the grocery store and you buy.
Okay,
no, hang on, and you buy a can of pop. It's okay if you just steal the offering.
Because you already bought one.
You
already bought a Dr. Pepper, so I'm just going to take this Dr. Thunder.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one that thought that. Oh, Dalton.
keep the penny.
Oh my god!
Shut up.
Cheap ass.
Dalton, do you have anything else, man?
I just think that it's, fine. Go ahead, buy the KO if you've already got the initial purchase from the official company.
It's a little more lenient to buy the KO if
What
you've
it-
already shown support for the original company. Okay.
Dalton, I want to ask something that Brett had presented though. Is like, what if it's something you want to army build?
Yeah. I got one.
That's a little bit of a tough one too.
Oh,
Well, I mean, it's either you do or you don't. It's
Well,
a
I mean-
50-50 there.
It honestly comes down to price at the end of the day for me.
yeah.
Like, I'm not going to spend
If you can't afford
$800.
to army build, you shouldn't be army building.
I agree.
I usually don't army build anyways, so it doesn't really bother me anyways.
I army built Dinobots.
Hey, Dalton.
I
Just go ahead and
army
start
build
you.
nameless goons.
I actually
Just
I don't even like it if they have the same mold. So I mean, no.
Just start you a Patreon page and get some food up for you, okay?
Yeah, start begging people for money, huh?
I wanna kind of go back and ask Mike, Dalton, and Candace about using, getting a KO to use for parts to repair. So Candace, you got your Masterpiece Dinobot, the gear shears on it, and you send it to your buddy Primal Sabbath. And you're like, hey, Primal Sabbath, I'm gonna have this KO sent to you. You can pull this gear out and use it. Would you do that, or would you be like, hey, Primal Sabbath, will you try to fix it like you fixed yours, and potentially scratch some paint in the process? Because I did scratch some paint in the process of fixing it. It was more or less.
More importantly, would you trust it?
What am I ever gonna do with my?
Put in there?
What am I ever gonna do with my one Dinobot that I scratched some paint on when I've got two other perfect ones sitting, in the same vicinity? But I digress. So would you do that? Would you do it for a repair?
Come on.
No.
Yeah.
Atta girl.
Ah!
No, I know you've got like 6 of them, Dakota. You can spare one.
Oh, you think
Oh, yeah.
One.
you think you're better than me now? Huh? You think you're better than me?
You got that Dinobot fix, right? Right.
He said, I don't have to buy a KO, Dakota. You'll just give me the parts.
There you go.
That's what she said. I know you got 6 of them, Dakota. You can spare some parts for your friend Candace.
Yes.
Get the parts off of your scratched paint one and
Come
just
on.
open up another one of those that you have sealed.
Yeah.
Give me the Santora special, all right? Give me the parts.
Hey, I'll do it as soon as healthcare is free in America. But
Oh, Lord.
you can't. She's like, oh, she knows it's not gonna happen.
She's not even in that chat.
No, that's a different. That's a callback to another time and another place. But okay, so even repair, you're just gonna, hey Dakota, kind of come off of one of them Dinobots, bud.
Yep.
Okay, let's see how you are.
Straight up.
That's fair.
There you go.
Dalton, what about you? KO okay for repairs?
I wouldn't, just due to the fact of how bad
Much
the
we
plastic-
bully you.
No. Just due to the fact of how subpar the plastic is compared to Takara.
See, I would have thought it would have been due to your OCD because you would know it.
That's
A little bit of that too, I
That
guess. Yeah.
would be part of me too. Yeah. Yeah, me too.
To be fair, in some instances, the plastic is better quality than what Takara produces, mainly for like the G1 shit, not for Beast Wars, but like you fuck with all them cars and boats and vroom vroom.
It is for one thing and not the other. It's just, well, it's not for the one thing that I love, but it is for the one thing that I hate.
Well, no, I'm saying like the quality is better for like G1 stuff, but we're talking about the broad stroke of using a KO for the broad stroke of repairs, are we not?
Correct. And I
So,
think you're correct.
Yeah, it's a case-by-case thing if the quality is better or worse than Takara's. As far as Beast Wars go, Takara is number 1. But as far as G1 go, it's trash. And that's not just me saying it. That's fucking life, reality. That's fucking hard-earned truth, 100%.
I'll disagree with that, too.
MP Hound, anybody?
I disagree with how you said it. But like
It's not what you said. It's how rude you were.
That's stronger than what was made in the 80s. but it's not official. It's not original. It's wrong. Doesn't matter if it's better.
It is wrong. I know. I agree with you. I'm
Exactly. 100%. I agree.
I think it's premature for Dalton to say, "Well, the quality's always bad." No, it's not. You got to be fair where fair
Well,
is.
I'm
Like,
specifically talking about Dinobot.
oh well, fuck me.
Yeah.
Put your foot in your mouth there, bud.
I thought you were talking in general.
Hey, I don't want to hear nothing from the fan fiction KO collection coming out of Primal Savage. Then
That's okay.
All right.
That's all right. I remember that. I'm gonna set your box of stuff out in the street and just hope the wind takes it to you. You know, with your KO ape link in there. Matter of fact, I'll just pay you for the ape link. I'll keep it.
I'm
You don't want it anymore, do you? You don't want
it's like what, $300, right? $300.
No,
it was
I think it was like only $100. It was like 150, something like that.
What I paid
like
is not what you paid.
right?
Yeah, I'll just refund you what you paid. That way, you know, since it got lost and damaged on the way to me, I don't want you to have to be out any money.
Damn.
No, you definitely broke the arm off when it got there. Trying to suck out all the ape link meat.
He's gonna make fun of me, huh? I'm just gonna fuck him. But
he's gonna scratch off all the chrome on the chest.
It's gonna be that bare ivory plastic when you get it.
Oh my god.
Mike, what about you, man? Is KO okay to repair something?
Nope.
I'll remember that
to begin with.
if you get something, you break it, and you're like, "Hey man, you fix this one."
Nope, I'll buy another one. If you can't transform your shit without breaking it, then you don't need to be playing Transformers.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. But accidents happen, you know? Like, I've dropped that Masterpiece Dinobot a few times, the one that's got all the scratches and shit on it.
Well, I mean, hell, you just put that in the box and pull another one out.
Yeah. I think the perception from here on out is going to be I had a pallet of Masterpiece Dinobot shipped to my house.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
You definitely did.
I'm the reason for the supply and demand for Masterpiece Dinobot.
Yep.
That's why there is a KO Dinobot now, is because of Dakota.
Just backed the big rig up to the house and told them to unload them all in the backyard.
He says,
water
screw
damage
the
on
rest
the
of
boxes be damned. Yeah.
The hell with everybody else.
They did to China.
All right. Final thing here on the. I'm gonna throw a quick one on y'all.
Hold on. Hold the show. Rodri in the chat comes out of nowhere and says, "Does Stasis Lock become third party or KO when Mike takes over the show?"
Wow.
Ow. Well, it's official because he's got the license to do it.
Angry Lock.
Oh, I like that. Angry Lock. Tyler.
Welcome to Angry Lock with Stasis Mike. This is all coming from Rodri. I'm just reading it like a teleprompter. He's just typing the shit out.
So the curveball I want to throw y'all is, what if it's a KO of a mold, but it's not meant to mimic what the original release was? In other words, Universe Primal, Grimlock, T-Rex, molded in the plastics, painted 9 yards. You know what I mean? Like, if it's a KO of something that there's no official release for from the mold.
You can paint a piece of shit any fucking color you want, but it's still a piece of shit under the paint.
Yeah, okay. So Tyler's definitely a no. Candace, what about you?
I still say no. No. Yeah.
Mike,
No.
Mike, you're a no, I guess.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay, Dalton.
It's a hard one to answer because there's always a chance that the official one could come out later on. So, with things constantly changing right now, I'm going to say no.
Brett.
I'll be honest with you. I was trying to understand exactly what you were meaning. Explain it to me a little bit more.
Brett terms.
Wait a minute.
So-
Wait a minute.
Apply it.
Okay. So, the KO companies that have, the KO Masterpiece Dinobot out there, they decide to do Masterpiece Beast Wars Grimlock. Maybe they remold a few things, give them a new head or something like that, or they just straight up repaint it. Doesn't matter. Either way, either or. Take it your pick. Is that cool or is that not cool? You okay with that or is it not okay?
Ooh.
And I'm going to throw another example out, and I want to hear what the rest of everyone has to kind of say.
Going by what I said before about it being something that's pretending to be official that is not, but that color scheme has not been official yet, I would say, yes, it's okay. But my Daltonian factor kicks in, and I think, like you did, that it could happen later, and that would be no. So I don't know. I'll go with no because it seems more like it would be dishonest and deceiving than it would be to say yes. So no.
Ultimately, I'm gonna say that this isn't something that I could paint personally with a broad stroke.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's
Well, that's the thing. So, like, I'm not gonna say no because of that. I'm gonna say it depends on what it is. As to whether or not it would be a yes or no. I used to use the Dinobot as an example. I mean, you could have kind of used your imaginations from there, but V1, a Green Ramulus. I would buy one today. I have the legit one. I'd buy one just so I could have one to mess with.
Dakota definitely sounds like he's getting ready to buy a KO and trying to get all of us on board with it. He's okay with it. That's what Brother Kyle said in the chat. And that's fucking true, man. That's exactly what it sounds like. Come on, guys, it's okay.
You guys know it's okay. Usually these are framed as just yes or no questions.
So that's the thing. Like, there's a part of me that would be mad as hell that a KO Green Ramulus came out because, like, I know that. Well, I don't think it would kill the value, at least not very much. But I know that, like, as selfish as this is going to sound, it makes it maybe not feel as special. But I would still get one because, like, I know mine is.
So, where you're saying it would somewhat cheapen it for you?
No, it wouldn't cheapen it because, again, I know I've got a legit one. But it would definitely take it would take some wind out of the sales, maybe. But I don't know if I would say it would cheapen it because I know I would like if I ever wanted to, I could still be like, all right, here's a legit one, whatever.
Right? Do you think you get the same value you would if there was nothing else out there? 100%, you could.
100%, yes.
I don't believe you.
Just traditionally KO, unless it's like some kind of weird, off the wall, goofy, like the Godzilla Grimlock KO. Typically, like they're not like they don't affect the value of an official product. They don't.
I can tell you that you're looking at a specialized piece, and I know we're going off topic, but real quick, a specialized piece. There's such a limited market on it that if you taint that market in any way, you skew the outcome of the price that could obtain.
I think if Hasbro,
it will cheapen it.
I think if Hasbro,
thoughts about buying it.
I think if Hasbro was the one that made it, yes, it would cheapen what I own. But if a knock company did it, no, I don't, because there's still that elitist core of people that want the legit one. That would pay for the legit one.
Battle Gaia and Guard City is an example. Sorry, G1s, but that's a perfect example. Extremely hard to get, but they made knockoffs of them in the 90s, and the prices went down. Perfect example.
But again, like there's still that subsect of the fandom that wouldn't go for it. Let's use our good buddy Cobra Zartan. He don't.
The whole pool of people who would buy it.
Okay, yeah, the whole pool maybe, but like at the end of the day, when it comes to dollars and donuts, no. Like the hardcore that wants the legit one is still going to pay that hardcore money for it.
You don't know. The guy that opted for the knockoff might have paid more. You don't know. That's what I'm saying. You won't know. If something like that happens, that's a variable that you couldn't count on. It's going to skew the numbers, no matter how you perceive it, because you don't know.
Disagree.
Okay.
So listen, For everyone going to Robocon or BotCon with Dakota, I want you to film him at all times because all I need is a clip.
You need me getting a KO on camera? You need it
all
on?
I need is a clip. Because I'm gonna post that to the Stasis Lock page for sure, and it's gonna be, "Hi, I'm Primal Sabbath. Welcome to Jackass," and it's just gonna be him buying a KO and walking in. This fucking guy, Jesus Christ! It's like the guy that tells his girlfriend, "No, kissing another girl is cheating," but then he sees her kissing. He's like, "Hey, can I join?" Hell no, son. You can't be okay with it now when you weren't okay with it 6 months ago. I don't agree with this mentality.
All I did was elaborate on why I wasn't okay with it 6 months ago. 6 months ago, the stance was in place of.
You act like we didn't hold each other in them trenches, holding it down, fighting off the KO zombies.
We did. We just had different reasonings.
Man, I sucked the pus out your trench foot. You can't tell me this now.
Out of my trench foot. What am I, angry, Mike?
You just say you were the real Josh Fisher.
Damn.
It was all for naught.
Just saying. You guys threw it out there. I just put the pieces together. Or not.
Anybody else?
Nah,
have anything?
Look, at the end of the day, what you collect is what you collect. It's fine, no matter what we say. It should affect anything that you believe in your collection. If you enjoy it, you win. You like it, you win. It's my right as a Canadian, far, far away from you, to tell you your collection is trash if it's KO, and that's fine.
You had me until he said, "Until I'm Canadian and what you collect is trash." I had almost all the respect for you till you said that. I'm like, "Damn, you're doing so good, Tom. My boy Tom, yeah." Trash. That motherfucker just did say that.
Look, man.
I really thought he was going to say, as a Canadian, he wanted to say he was sorry.
Oh, sorry, eh?
Look, I am sorry. I'm sorry you collect trash. I'm sorry you collect KOs and it's trash. I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
That's better.
Look,
I like it.
Here's the thing. All I will ever do is tell you your collection is trash and you don't deserve it. What I won't do is go after your significant other, okay?
Tyler,
Off the
have
bottom.
you
Hold on a second.
Off the bottom, I feel for you, son.
Oh,
Get the jar
no.
ready.
Hey, at least never mind. I ain't gonna say it.
Don't buy KOs or your toes will fall off.
Somebody start fanning $20 bills at the jar.
Yeah.
Kamar, get them 20s ready. Go make it rain, this mofo.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, Mike.
You know how those rappers got them $20 bill guns? They just shoot off 20s into the air. That's what we need. We need a bigger.
Mike. That's what Mike has.
Dakota.
Mike's got one that's like a drum. He's got the drum barrel on his.
Dakota, we're gonna need a bigger jar.
You're gonna need a barrel before it's done, son.
Hey, speaking of needing a barrel before you're done, Mike, where can people find you at?
You can find me talking crap about Optibottomus on a daily basis. $40. I'll donate an extra 20.
Mike's feeling generous today. Brett, where can people find you at?
I think I must make a quick fan on Facebook.
Tyler.
You can find me everywhere making grown men cry over toys.
Fair enough.
This is true.
Dalton, as you're wiping your tears away, where can people find you at?
You can find me over at Daltonian DF's YouTube, Daltonian95.
Candace.
Tugs, and we get a group hug right now. Boom.
Yay.
There
Yay.
No, I don't
Who grabbed my ass?
Just
Seriously,
that was
who
me.
grabbed my ass? Dalton,
That
I'm
was
sorry.
me. Nope, that was me. I was standing on the other side of Dalton. I have long arms.
You
And
grab my
it felt like a little
Primal
pinch because my
sexual
hands
assault allegation.
are so small, Tyler. It feels like a little pinch, but really truly that was a handful.
You do got some small hands. I've seen your reviews.
Yep, thanks. I'm not self-conscious about them at all, but you can find me everywhere at The Real Josh Fisher. Before you go, check out these cool shows on the Cool Table Network, such as Shitpiece, Uncut, Into the Realm, Toy Detox, Figga Bangin, Beers, Balters, 40K, Plastic Fanatics, Breaking the Mold, Areas Radio, Fish Communications, Building Up to It, Verbally Challenge, Masterpiece, Shitpiece Theater, and a few honorable mentions, such as Nerds Have Spoken, Total Package, Blackout and Shout, all queued up off the runners, Cybercast, and back for a triumphant return around 30 minutes with our boy Matthew Deluxe Ball.
You can catch me on around 30 on Friday.
There you go.
Yeah.
Our very
Digging
own
into a
Tyler.
bowl of ice cream and crying.
And who can say where the show goes? What
I don't gotta learn